Hello, this is Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to show you how to make this little gift bag. This was made for a blog hop where the theme was a bag and a tag, and I posted it on Saturday, just gone. And I made it because I really wanted a little bag to put some things in that I'd bought for my sister. We'd just been over to France for a couple of days to Lille to do a bit of Christmas shopping, and I went in Sephora, some of you will know that shop, and I bought my daughter some little mini bath bombs, so little star-shaped bath bombs in all sorts of colours and flavours. She's just moved into, just today actually, or just last week, moved into a new flat, and their new flat has a bath, and she hasn't had a bath for over a year because they didn't have a bath in their last flat. So she's very excited and put bubble bath and stuff on her Christmas list. So I just thought this was a very cute little bag to package these in. And then because I've got another daughter, of course I had to do the same for her. So I'm just going to make another bag for her as well, to pop in a few for her. So there we go. Not the best bow I've ever tied there. Little tag that says just for you with another little snowflake on. So I'm going to start with a piece of basic white. I did use our thick whisper white for this, but actually with hindsight you don't need to. So I'm using our normal whisper white, I keep saying that, basic white. People who haven't known Stampin' Up for long won't know what I'm talking about. Right, okay, so I am cutting a piece of cardstock. Let me just check what size I'm doing it so I get it right for you. It's 3.5 plus 1, and yes, 5. So I'm going to cut it at 5 inches. Like so. And I'm going to cut this piece off at 11.5. I'm going to cut it so it'll only be a tiny fraction that I'm cutting off here, because A4 is nearly 11.5 anyway. And then I'm going to take it this long way round, and I'm going to score at 4 inches, 5.5 inches, 9.5 inches, and 11 inches. And then that's all the scoring that you need to do on this side. I know I normally work in metric, but I do prefer when I'm making 3D things to work in inches, in imperial measurements. Then I'm turning it the other way and I'm going to score at 1.5. And that is all we need to do with our trimmer for the moment. So I'm then going to burnish all of those score lines. Find my bone folder. It's a very easy little box to make. If you need one to put a few little Christmas gifts in, you can put a few chocolates in it, those little chocolate balls, or a little pack of chocolate coins, something like that. There we go. Right, and now we need, right, I'm going to just do some more scoring before I do any cutting. So I'm going to take my Stampin' Up piercing mat. So you need just something that's got a bit of give in it. And we're going to mark on these two narrow sections, we want to mark the middle of them, which will be at 3/4 of an inch. They each measured 1.5 inches, so you just need to mark at 3/4 of an inch because you want the middle of those sections. And then take a ruler and take a scoring tool, and we're going to make a triangle from that point that we just marked down to this cross section here where it meets. So you'll end up with a little triangle. So there. So just make some score lines. And again this side. And then again over on this one. So you just end up with two little triangles. And we're going to fold and burnish those score lines as well. So pop that out of the way, and then it's a little bit awkward, but just fold those over and just burnish those as well. And then this one. Now in the original, when I was designing this, I designed these to go outwards. So when my bag was together, these little side books came out, and you could still do that, and I've got another bag to show you another day actually where I have done that, but this one I decided to fold them in. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim off that little tab there. I'm going to trim, so I'm going to wedge one side and straight up the other side. So this little tab is going to be inside, so that can be wedged. This is going to be outside, so you want that straight. So straight up here, and then a little wedge, and then a little wedge, and straight up here. Like so. And that's your bag. Now, before we stick it together, we're going to, oh, I might just remove my pencil marks. Just rub out. If you've used a pencil, you could mark it, you could just make a little dent with your scoring tool. But if you've used a pencil, then just rub that out. Before we do that, we're going to decorate it. Now, I'm going to use different papers. On this one, I used Peaceful Place, which has sort of got this snowflakes. It's really pretty and grey. But no, this time I'm going to use this, which is from the Whimsy and Wonder set, and it's Misty Moonlight. It's really pretty. And we need two pieces which measure 3 3/4 by 3 1/4 each. So the long measurement is 3 3/4. So we need, if your paper is directional, you need to make sure you get the right one, the one around the right way. So it's 3 3/4. No, it's 3 1/4 is the tall one, is that way. So the pattern needs to be going that way, and you're going to cut 3 1/4 this way. Am I making any sense at all? It is rather late. There we go. And then the other way, measure 3 3/4. That's right. It's wider than it's taller. Save all these little bits. These have got gorgeous pattern on the other side. These baubles, which are all foiled, sort of iridescent foil, really pretty, so I won't discard them. Right, okay, so we are going to mount these on these panels. So take my Tombow. Oh, clogged up a bit. Let's try again. There we go. So a little bit of Tombow, not too much, you don't want it splurging everywhere. As usual, I just spread it out. There we go. And then just, could have done that side actually, couldn't I? That would have been a really pretty bag, but this is quite nice, this Misty Moonlight. Quite like navy and things together at Christmas. There we go, so one there, and then the other one, oops, try again, there we go. Yeah, I quite like navy if things with Christmas. I quite often do navy and silver things, quite like that colour combination for Christmas. There we go, and there we are. And then we're going to use some tear and tape. I'm just going to put a little bit of tear and tape on this tab here. Like so. This is much more my older daughter's style, this navy, which is why I'm doing it this colour, this Misty Moonlight colour. There we go. I find it very easy to buy little bits and pieces for my girls for Christmas. I find it horrendously difficult to buy things for my lad. My 26 now. I find it really difficult buying things for boys. Can't ever think of anything. We have a bit of a joke that I always buy him socks and pants, which I always do, and I think I'm the only person who ever does, so I think he just waits for Christmases and birthdays to receive them. But apart from that, I'm not very good at thinking about presents for him. And now that he doesn't live at home, I'm even more out of touch with what he might like. Right, so I've just put two strips of tear and tape there, and this is the bottom. So as you stick it, you just need to make sure you've got it square. So just take a little bit of time. So these two flats are going to line up, tuck in. This flap is going over there, and then before you stick this one down, just check that it is square, like that. And then if you want to just add a bit of pressure inside with something, just to make sure those are stuck down. And there's your basic bag. Very pretty. Okay, right, we're going to do the ribbon next. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure, taking my ruler again, 1 inch from each side, and just a little way down. It's about 1/4 of an inch down. Just mark. I'm not going to see it very well on this paper, but we will go with it. Actually, I'm just going to mark that in black so that I can see it, because it's very, very difficult to see at the minute. There we go. There. And then what I can do is bring in my... Now, we don't sell these anymore, but you might have one, or you might be able to get hold of one. Anything you've got to make a hole. You could even use a hole punch if you've got one like that. So just line it up and punch there. And then just line it up again. And punch there. This is going to be for the ribbon, of course. And then, because I want to get them exactly the same on the other side, I'm just going to press this down, put my pencil through and mark where the ribbon needs to be. So then I can go in with this again. And punch. And one more. Punch. There we go. And that's for the ribbon to go through. Right, before we do the ribbon, we're going to just stick on the decoration. So I have cut a snowflake out from the Stitched Snowflakes set. Gorgeous set, this. Really lovely. So I'm just going to pop that down in the corner here. Oh, it looks nice on that navy, doesn't it? Wasn't sure about what that would look like, but I'm liking that. Just grab my Tombow. Just a little dab of Tombow all over the place, and I'm going to spread it out with my cocktail stick to make sure I've got all those little bits down. Got one little bit that I haven't quite cut out there. I'm just going to take my tweezers, get rid of that little bit, which is very tricky now. It's not going to come. I might have to leave that actually. I don't think it will matter. Just won't come out at the moment, and I don't want to wreck it. There we go, that's going on there. And then I've die cut a tag with a navy, a smaller snowflake from the same set. Getting a lot of use out of these snowflakes this year. I'm loving them. There we go. There we go. And then we are just going to stamp with a little stamp from the Sweet Strawberry set, just for you. Love that stamp. It's my most used stamp in this stamp set, to be honest. So I'll just take that out, pop that on a block. I only need a teeny tiny A block. And I'm going to stamp it with Smoky Slate again. Actually, just before I do the stamping, I'm just going to stick a little hole. I cut these out with the dies again as well. So these are the dies that I've used to do my tag. They're the tailor-made dies, tailor-made tags dies, and they're really lovely. So you get 4 of each size, and you get these sort of reinforcers to go around the holes, and they're all stitched. They're really lovely, really worth having that set of dies. I love them. And there we go. Just going to put that around there just to add a little bit something else, and then we're just going to stamp just for you. Could have done it in Misty Moonlight, but I'm sticking with the grey for now, just for you. There we go. And then I just need a length of ribbon. That's going to go there, hanging around the ribbon. It's really pretty. So no long time. I'm just going to use this to roughly think there, and round. So hoping that's going to be enough. So I'm going to come in from the back here. I've decorated both sides of this. Of course, you wouldn't have, if you were short of paper, or you're being even more frugal, you wouldn't have to. You could leave the back blank if you wanted to. So put this round here. Yeah, we had a fabulous time in France. We went to Lille on Eurostar. Such a pretty little town, and the lights and everything was so pretty. It was really lovely, and it was so warm. We sat outside drinking beers and having coffees and things. It's gorgeous, really lovely. We ate outside one of the times as well. We did go in a restaurant one of the nights, but the most of the time we were just outside. They're being a lot more careful with their COVID regulations than we are, I have to say. A lot more demand to show your vaccine certificate. Using hand sanitizer in every shop as you walk in. And masks, much more prevalent over there. Right, okay, and so I haven't put anything in this one, so I'm just tying it up to show you. I'll put the contents in later on. This is the glitter organdy ribbon, which is organza ribbon, which is really pretty. I think a lot of my Christmas presents might be being wrapped in this year. It's lovely. There we go. And of course you've got a little bit left over that you can trim off. So it's best to do it a little bit longer than you want it. There we go. And there's the tag. So there's my 2 bags, actually, my 2 little bags, 2 little gift bags, one for one daughter, one for the other. Hope you like those. I think they're quite pretty. There'll be a blog post with all the pictures in. If you go below, you can link to that, and all the products I've used still available, and you can click through to my shop to purchase any that you think you might like to buy. Thanks very much. If you're going to order, please do use my November code. This is my host code. It will be, you pop it in the host code box as you order, KXFG7S2K, and then I can send you a product gift next month. All the orders accumulate, we get Stampin' rewards, and I use that to reward you. So thanks very much for watching. I'll be back really soon with another gift box, and I've got another card to show you as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back very soon. Bye for now.